This plan right here is one of the most powerful tools in my trading. It's called the one-page trading plan, and I began using this template about 3 years ago. And it really changed the way I see things, and it also made me a lot more consistent in my trading approach. Today I'll share with you how to use it. What's up, welcome back to Bangkok in Thailand. Today I want to teach you how to use the one-page trading plan. As I said, it's a plan I've been using for a long time. And I want to share kind of how that came to be first and how to use it the best, which part to fill in, and I'll give you at the end of the video a free template to use. If you want to use it, you can print them out and use it right away. So let's get right into it. The idea behind this one-page trading plan is something that I got a few years back when I took a course about trading plans, and this was when I wanted to create my first trading plan for the very first time. I put this idea off for a very long time, but then I realized that I had to have a trading plan for my trading at some point. So I took this course, and this course taught how to create a trading plan. Basically, you would be doing one part a day of that plan. So things like you start with the risk management, your goals for trading, your financial situation, your strategy, your plan, your rules, everything of the sort. And at the end of the 30 day, you get like a plan. But the only issue with that plan is it has like 30 pages, and it was a really big plan. And if you want to use this for your trading, if you have to refer to it while you trade, your chances are really almost none to find what you're looking for. So I needed something where I could be looking at my plan quickly while I trade to kind of have more clarity, be sure about what I was going to do, and look at trade setup that I was supposed to take. And I did not have that with that big plan, so I had to find a way to change this. And my first solution was creating a checklist. And there's this book called The Checklist Manifesto that talks about how people like hospitals, doctors, in all other industries use checklists to be able to execute things better and have consistent results throughout the years. If you compare that doctors that use no checklist or no plan versus doctors that use a checklist or a plan to know what to do and when, the one using checklists are going to be much better. The result that they have will be much more consistent. They will have less issues, they will have less problems, and ultimately the result is better. So why not use a checklist, of course? This made me realize that pretty much all traders needed a checklist or something that they have to go through when they trade. Most people lack consistency in the result, but that's because they're not consistent with the execution and how they do things on a daily basis. And checklists solve that. So I created my very first checklist, which I used for a very long time, but eventually it was kind of time to change it and use something different. That's why I came up with this one piece of paper, this one plan, that pretty much had anything you need on a piece of paper, and you can refer back to it whenever you want, quickly. It's on your desk and use it anytime. And I'll share with you now the different parts in that plan and things you have to write down. So first things first, when I created this plan, I want to have a way where you have both your goals and what you have to do, so like your process, on one piece of paper. So the first part of the plan, which you'll see on the screen right now, is the overview of your trading and your goals. So you can write down there what's your vision, what you want to achieve, and that is just to kind of make you more disciplined and sticking to the process. If you know why you do something and what your goals are, you're more likely to do it right and not mess up and not do things on impulse and not change things last minute. Then we want to fill in what is your trading like. So we talk about what time frames you use to trade, what time you're going to be trading the market. There could be many times in one day, of course, that is normal. What pairs or what instrument you will trade during the day. And that is just because you don't want to kind of add things too fast in your trading, like add more pairs too quickly when you didn't test them properly. So if you write them down there, it means you've done your work, you've tested them properly, and you know these times of the day, these pairs, these time frames, they really work well. So you can just rely on them. And over time you will add more things there to your plan for sure. You might make a new plan too with a different strategy. But what you put in your plan should be things that you know work really well. Then you fill in your trading strategy. So you set up your entry and your exit. So you fill in what you look for when you enter trade, what you look for to exit trade, and how you exit them with like different take profits, different stop loss. For example, you could have one take profit, you could have two take profits, you could have one stop loss, two stop loss, you could be having a way to scale in, scale out. And those are all things you can write down first. This should pretty much never change. You should be following this all the time. And you might not have the optimal result, like the best result ever, if you follow the same thing all the time. But the thing is that over time, following a process and a series of steps is always better than going on impulse and on what you think like at this moment. Yes, you'll have like a big run if you do things on the spot when you think about it, but over time your process will pretty much outperform your impulse anytime over the long term. Next step of this plan is you need to write down your money management principles, so how you will manage your money. So we talk about what's your risk per trade, how you will maybe have like different risk per trades on different trade categories or different trade qualities. That could work well too. What is your minimum reward to risk look for in your trade? what is your maximum drawdown. Those are all things you have to think about and you have to look for. So if you hit your maximum drawdown, which is written on your plan there, you should stop trading for a while and you should be going back to the board and seeing what didn't work and what's the problem there. Is it you, the market, or something else? And most people don't have this figured out yet, so that's why having a plan is so huge, because you can figure out these things on the spot, because you can figure out these things before you go trading, and that's likely to give you much better results. Last part is the implementation. So how will you use that plan to go in the market? And that could mean you will maybe trade a demo for some time, or maybe you will backtest it first because you're not sure about the plan yet. And maybe after the backtest you'll make a new plan. Or maybe you go demo for a while, you take some trades, you boost your confidence, you boost your ability to trade properly, and then you go live on this dollar account, like a $2,000 account for example. Or maybe you just go live right away. You're ready to accept a maximum drawdown of X amount of dollar on a $2,000 account for example. And once you get there, you'll stop trading and you go back to your value to your plan. Those are all ways you can implement, and you have to decide first which one you want to use, write this on your plan. But the thing is, you don't have to figure it out. You don't say like, oh, today I feel like I'm going to go live, or oh, today I feel like I should go back demo. You just follow the plan, and the plan is there. It's on one page, so it's easier to use, and it's really straightforward. Of course, you're going to sign that plan, put the date on it to keep track of things. And you've got a quick reminder here. So review the plan, track your trades, and adapt a probability mindset, which means some trades won't work out, some trades will be successful, some trades will give you a lot of money, some won't. It's all about probabilities there. And that's why testing your plan is so important. Now, those are all the parts of the plan, but I want to make sure that if you are a visual person, which means if you like me, you like to look at the chart and you understand how the setup work, you want to take your plan over here, and at the back of it, you want to put a screenshot of your best trade, the trade that you should take, what looks like a good trade. Take a screenshot, put it there, and that's just build the momentum of you taking good trades. So if you're not sure about a trade, you can look at this and you say, oh well, the trade I'm looking for now is different than what is the actual setup, so I'm going to skip it. That made a big difference to me. So I used to take like all the trades, and then at the end of the month I would go back and see, well, this was a bad trade, or this was not so much a good trade, I should not take it. But if I just refer to a good trade on my plan and a trade that was like perfect A plus setup or A setup, I would not make mistakes. I would just be focusing on those trades better, instead of taking all the trades I come across. So it's a good idea to print your plan, put a screenshot at the back of it of your best trade or a trade you should take all the time, and you're more likely able to do the right thing when you're in the market live and under stress. Now, I told you I will give you access to that plan for free. I'll put a link below the description, or it's going to be here on the screen right away, where you can grab that plan for free. And I really want to have people use it. It's a good plan to be able to execute right in the market, have the right things in mind, and improve your consistency. So I want to make sure as many people grab it as possible. And if you could share that video with other traders, I would really appreciate. We need to have more people using these right principles and these plans into trading. I think this can make like a really big difference. So use it if you want. If you don't want, that's fine. But I really recommend having a checklist or a plan like this one. And taking that template can make a big difference. So leave your comments below as always. I want to hear your thoughts on this plan, what you like, what you don't like. We can make it better for sure. And let's have a discussion in the comment section. Here are a few comments for past video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you back here pretty soon. Ciao.